Two. Hey everyone, welcome back to the shop. Welcome back to the Altima build or unbuild. I don't know what you want to call it. Um, we've got special guests in the shop tonight, so they will reveal themselves when they are when they are ready. We're back from the race. And I just wanted to do a little post-race wrap-up and show you guys around the car, some of the stuff that happened with the car during the race, and some of the experiences. It was an absolute blast. I had an incredible amount of fun. I met a bunch of really cool new people. Um, I had just an absolute awesome time the entire day. Got there super early. Really glad we did, and spent the entire day at the track. Just I mean, it's so hard to explain all this stuff. It's it's the most fun you can have with your pants on. It is so much fun. You want to keep going, and the more time you spend at the track, you want to keep going. And let's go do that again. Let's do it tomorrow. Can we? Is there somewhere else that's open that we can go race at? You you get this you get this addiction and this thrill and this drive to go do this stuff. So it's a lot of fun. We had a really good time. Got there super early in the morning. They let us in a little bit early, about a half hour early, because there was a serious lineup of cars. And believe it or not, we got there crazy early, and we were the second vehicles there. Those guys from New York were there first. Where did they finish? Do you remember?
Mm,
Somewhere?
their name.
Yeah, I'd have to go look them up again. They were really nice. So we were second in line. They opened it up about a half hour early. We got paddocked with Speedy Cop. He showed up just before the gates opened, which was cool. And got the car off the trailer, got the Grom off the trailer, and then Mark took off on the Grom. So that was that. And then didn't see Mark for a while after that.
Come on.
No, he spent a lot of time in the Grom, but he was also going around. He'd never been there before, so he's going around to the other side of the venue, the track, and then coming back to this side, and then going out where all the cars got sequestered. It was a lot of fun, and it was actually Mark was a huge help all day yesterday. So, and the last like month that we've been doing this. So, thank you very much for all of your help. I really appreciate that.
It's been a lot of fun.
Yeah, and we're going to keep doing it. We're going to keep doing crazy builds and stuff. So I'm sure I'll be helping him with his stuff, et cetera, et cetera. So, yeah, we got there super early. Tech went very well, and they told us over the PA that it didn't matter. Last time, whenever you teched, that was your grid number. That was your qualification number, and that's where you lined up. This time they said it's completely random. So if you teched at 3 p.m., that's fine. You could be in the number 2 spot. It really didn't matter. They were doing it in a random order. So we just got through tech, and they were very cool at tech. They were very straightforward. They asked to see under the hood. They wanted to make sure it was 100% stock. And then they asked if the airbags were disabled, and they asked about the exhaust. And I told them it's just a muffler delete, still had the pipe. And they were like, okay, you're good to go. That was it. And that was very straightforward. Hey, Nikki. That's awesome. Nikki's here. Okay. Well, I'm excited that she's here. So we got through tech, got our little FF badge that lets us out on track. We had wristbands yesterday that got us out on track, and they definitely checked for those when you went out. What else did we do? And then a lot of it was cruising around Freedom Factory and talking with people, because they were also racing the Pro Trucks, which are super badass. And then there's also the Danger Ranger 9000, and a lot of those trucks are set up very serious. There's a lot of backyard welding and homegrown JB Weld stuff going on with those, but there's also some serious builds with the Danger Rangers, and those are usually the guys that come in the top 5. So
the South Jersey guys that were right on the other side of us,
yeah,
that got the ECU and stuff from Jeff, and they were cool. Their truck did very well.
Yeah, they had a really nice build. Speedy Cop, we paddocked next to, he was running in the Danger Ranger 9000, but his truck had at practice on Friday, his truck had a timing chain issue. The timing change guide in the balance shaft chain decided to leave the chat. And so, even though he got a new timing chain guide, the balance shaft chain was something that required a full engine disassembly to put back on. So, Speedy Cop's Danger Ranger race was over, but there were other people that he could donate parts to, and he helped out at least 2 other teams get on track, stay on track, and race. And that's one of the coolest things about racing, especially the grassroots stuff. You'll see guys backing up other teams. If they're, if their car shits the bed, then at least you can have, take this throttle cable or take this, lower control arm or whatever, just so you can go race and hopefully you do really well. And then the person who gave him the part, this is the bonus. This is where the bonus comes in. The person who gave him the part, you can say, you wouldn't have won without me. Or you can say something like, the only reason you won was because I gave you that lower control arm. So that's the bonus when you're on the other side of it. You get to say that, and you'll always get to say that. So that's always fun, and it's really cool to meet people. Everyone's going to ask, so I will tell you, yes, Garrett was there. We were talking when they were doing the national anthem. The guy saying the national anthem was really good, but he was holding the final note really, really long, and I said this before the national anthem. I'd be like, it'd be really cool if if Cletus and Heavy D like came by in their helicopters, did a sort of a Super Bowl flyby like the Thunderbirds do, the Blue Angels, that sort of thing. And then when I heard that guy holding the note, I'm looking around, I'm like, maybe they are going to do that. And he held it for a really long time. And then he finished this, the song, and everyone cheered, and it was great. And about 2 minutes later, Cletus flew by in Consuela about 100 feet off the ground. And then did this big, huge turn and came back and parked. So it was pretty cool. If he was 2 or 3 minutes earlier, it would have been
Perfect.
Absolutely perfect. He was very close to it. I saw Cletus when he was coming back. I was going to my Altima they sequester him in the back field so that you can't make any mods to the car.
Basically impound for the day.
Yeah, it's like an impound thing. And then I was going back to the car. I think it was with GoPro batteries action camera batteries. Until they start paying me for shit, they are an action camera. And I was walking back, and he was coming up on a golf cart with one of the crew guys, one of the Freedom Factory guys, and someone yelled, "Hey, Cletus!" He yelled back at him, "Hey, everybody!" He was so excited. He was like a 10-year-old at a birthday party, and the cake just came out. Yeah, he was so, you can't explain it. And it's not fake. It's completely genuine. He is so jazzed to be there and doing all of this stuff. It doesn't matter if he's there for 10 minutes or 10 hours. He's loving all of it. There's no fakery with that guy. He's dead on. So that was really cool to see, just that little moment of interaction. I didn't see him the rest of the day, but Mark saw him. You saw him later on. And
make sure Joe and Carrie got pictures.
Yeah, my friends Joe and Carrie were also there. They came in the Miata. We got them back. They had pit passes, so they came back and hung with us in the paddock. They got there about noon. But yeah, it was really cool to see Garrett do just sort of being an average Joe car guy racer. That was really, really cool to see. Who's here? Hey, Tress. Yeah, Tress has been following along the whole build and all the race stuff. So yeah, there you go, man. It's basically alive. I drove it up on the trailer last night. I drove it off the trailer this morning and drove it here into the garage. It'll run and start right now. No leaks. But we did have a lot of fun. So going into, I got gridded about 26, 27, 28. I'm not sure how the line worked. I saw the group picture and I tried to count. I'm not sure how they were counting it, but it was in the 7th row, and there's 4 wide. So somewhere in the 7th row. And it was less than 28. How's that?
Yeah.
Between 28 and 24, somewhere in there. And Speedy Cop got gridded, I want to say like 38th, 36. I don't remember. He was a few rows back from me. Didn't matter. He still passed me like 3 times, 4 times. So uh, it really didn't matter when they did when you went to your car and they started greeting people. They had like 10 guys from Freedom Factory and they all had flashlights. And then the race director was calling over. You have a little earbud so you can hear the race director. They were calling over the radio, okay, next 4 or whatever. And one of the guys would flash the light at you, and that means you go out. So they had guys all the way down, and you have 85 cars. So they had probably 8 or 9 guys that were out there. And there were guys from way in the back that had teched at 3 o'clock. They went up in the first row. So it was completely random. I think it worked out pretty well.
Yeah.
And so you get up there and grid. There's not a lot of waiting. It's not a lot of screwing around. They got everyone gridded. You have to you get lined up, and then everyone has to cross the timing line, which is the start-finish line, to make sure all the transponders read on the car. So you do sort of half a lap, and then you come on the back straight, and that's where everyone lines up. And that's where the start is from. So they get a reading. If there's a transponder problem, they'll correct it. So we go onto the back straight, and that's where we were starting from. And they count you down. They tell you in the radio, racers ready, 10 seconds. And then you can hear the PA system. For now, you can hear the PA system. And they're like, all right, everyone, here we go. We're going to start. And so you're jazzed up. Everyone does a burnout on the launch. It's not optional. It is mandatory. Every single car did a burnout. Now, if you have the SERs, if you have the really nice,
Six-speed cars.
yeah, V6, 6-speed cars, you have an LSD, you're laying 2 tracks. This car doesn't. So I did a peg leg burnout for the first half lap, just trying to get into position. The rest of it, you are 4 wide, and it is mayhem. Now you're trying not to wipe out your car because you got 100 laps to go. It is an endurance race. It is not a crash 'em up derby. So you're trying to save your car, but also maintain position. And it's a difficult sort of balance there. You want to, pass that guy in front of you, but you also don't want him to take you out. So, and you don't want this guy to take you out beside you, or this guy or the dude behind you. So it's a very fine line between how much do you push and how much do you hold back. So my biggest holdback, and we'll hop on the excuse train real early, woo woo. The only thing that I would really change on the car is the tires. The tires were the one thing that was holding me back. And with the 820 treadwear, they were like stones. It's like driving granite tires. So the car would not only push in turns, so it would understeer really bad, but it would also oversteer. The back would try and come out. So, and then the longer it went on, there's more shit on the track. There's more fluids. There's more front fascias and headlights and taillights and wheels like rolling around the track. No shit. You can watch the video. So the track got even slipperier, especially in turn 2 and turn 3. It got very, very, very slippery, especially the last probably 20 laps. So, and I have these really awful tires that are made for distance. They're not made for racing. So the car would understeer really badly and oversteer. So I'm trying not to drift it, but I'm also trying not to go up and into the wall. At the same time, I'm trying to stay in the line that Speedy Cop and I had talked about, which is about 3/4 of a car width from the apron, from the white line on the inside. But that line is very, very rough. And when you have very hard tires, and power steering helps, but it's just beating the shit out of you the entire time you're going around. So it's very difficult to maintain that in the corners. If I was to do this again, I would definitely set up this car where it's already going left, and on the straights, I have to pull it straight, because holding it like that, I got a full shoulder, back, upper, traps, everything got to work out for about was about an hour and a half straight, just triceps and traps and all of this stuff. He didn't get a break. He just kept on going. Um, the one problem I did have is the power steering boiled. So I'm going to have to look at the power steering system. I didn't have power steering for about 40 laps or so, and that kind of sucked. But it wasn't really a huge deal, especially at that speed. We're somewhere 50, 60 miles an hour, somewhere in there. And the other fun thing for me was trying to figure out which gear to be in. So in this car, with it being a 6-speed, I was trying to figure out between third and fourth. Fourth gave me the really nice torque and the better top end, but third gave me the ability to get around people and get past them. So that was cool. It's a learning process. This is my first time there. It's my first time on an oval. So trying to figure out, and my first time racing an Altima. So trying to figure out where all the optimal stuff is. Just to finish all that off, I finished 12th out of 100, or no, sorry, I think there was 100 cars. There was somewhere between 80 and 100 cars. And I finished 12th. Speedy Cap finished 9th, which is awesome. And he would have finished higher if he hadn't had a flat tire. So that's kind of it for the racing. It is very, very intense because you do have a lot of cars, and you have a lot of cars that people don't care about. They're not worried that you're going to hit them, and they're not worried about hitting you. So that adds another fun factor in there. Their car's actually very safe. And even at the speeds we were going, getting hit, like really hit, I never felt unsafe in the car. I did feel nauseous at one point because the brake dust and the smell of the brakes, sort of about lap, I don't know, 65, 70. I wanted to throw up really bad. It was just really awful. Then we had a red light, and I'll show you the mirror here in a bit. I tried to fix the mirror, and then I turned on the AC and I tried to get cold air, and I took my gloves off and was trying to cool myself off while we're in a red light stop. And then all of a sudden they come on the radio and they're like, "Racers ready, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1." And I'm like, oh shit, I have to try and put my gloves on really fast. And it took me about 2 laps to put my gloves on. So, but then I left the AC on the rest of the race, which is kind of amusing. I think it's amusing. Car worked great. I saw some pics on Cleet's Facebook of the race. Yeah, my car made it into some of the pictures. You will see a picture of my car and Cletus's car, the Kinetic Altima. Just to let everyone know, he walked right past me. That wasn't like, oh, I wonder if he's going to pass Kev. No, he has an SER. He went right past me. There was no contact. It wasn't close, anything like that. He is an awesome driver. That is his sandbox. He knows it so well. And, he absolutely hammered everyone. Someone took him out. I don't know who took him out, but he got taken out by one of the other cars. So that's, I guess, on the plus side. I finished higher than the guy who owns the track. That's a good point. How many cautions were there? And there weren't that many reds. I think we had 3 red lights the whole race out of 100 laps, which is not too bad. They did something different at this race. They had a Crown Vic with a big wood push bar in the front. So if there was a car that was disabled but could still roll, they would have the Crown Vic come out, full lights going, and the Crown Vic would come around the track and push the guy either high side up and out of the track or low side and go inside and get him out of the way while the race is still running. You have the bright lights, you can't miss it. They call on the radio and tell you, hey, the Crown Vic push is coming out. And you're like, okay, great. You have to keep an eye on them. But you're doing 20, 25-second laps. Each lap is about 25 seconds. So when they call to you, and the guys even on the opposite side of the track, you have about 20 to 25 seconds before you're going to interact with them. So you have to keep an eye on them. Plus, you have a ding-dong over here and a ding-dong over here, someone right behind you. So you have to manage all of this stuff. And then when that Crown Vic, they'll tell you high side or low side where the Crown Vic is. And that way you have a chance to get in position to avoid him. Do not hit the Crown Vic. That's a big, big no, no, no. So no one did, thankfully. We had plenty of notice, but it's very intense. There's a lot going on. To throw in that curveball of the Crown Vic coming out and pushing disabled cars. That was that added to the racing element. It also added to making the race go a lot faster. There weren't as many red lights as there were in previous races. Yeah, just to clear up, they don't do cautions. They do red light and green light. So green light is full blast, everyone goes. Red light, there's too many disabled cars, or there's way too much stuff, or there's a fire or whatever. And everyone stops in position. And you don't lock up your brakes, but you also don't kind of roll halfway around the track to your position. You do it as quick as you can, safely as you can. Stay in position, and then they'll let you know on the call when they're going to go green light again, and they give you it's like a 5-second countdown, but it's more like in roll racing when the guy's calling out 3, 2, 1. 3, 2, 1, go. Yeah, okay. Yeah. Or no, it's 1, 2, 3. Okay, dude.
Or where you honk it off, it's
do you know what
beep,
meter is?
Beep beep.
Yeah. Right, yeah. Beep beep beep. Yeah. You went on the 2. No, I didn't. So yeah. They do give you a little heads up, which is kind of nice. And let's see what else. So that was about it. The finish is cool. The flag guy gives you the 10. Sorry, if you do it when you're coming around the track, you can see the flag station. The flags. There's only one flag station. They do have lights around the track, so they have their yellow light and they have the green, yellow, red lights around the tracks. But he comes down and gives you a 10. You see 10 laps. But also on the beside the jumbotron, they have the lap counter, and so you can watch sort of what laps you're at and how many are left. But he gives you the big 10, he gives you the 5, and then he gives you the 2. Then you get the white flag, and then you get the checkered. So that's how that works. It is fun to watch those laps sort of rack up, and you know what lap number you're at. But man, it goes really fast. You thought, I mean, it felt like we were out there for 5 minutes, but it's more like an hour and a half. But it really it feels fast. It's like sex. It's like it's over way too soon. 12, congrats. Thanks, man. Okay, we're gonna do a walk around to the car now, and I'm gonna show you guys how not untouched it is. I opened the hood in the dark last night at the track. I haven't really done any kind of big inspection, but we might actually take the front fascia off tonight and take a look. So, yeah.
Not much holding on anymore.
Yeah, and also since we're talking about racing, I have the Ryan Cheek Racing shirt on. So go support Ryan Cheek Racing and grab some of the cool gear. She's got a bunch of cool merch on her site, and this thing is it's not a super thick like Northern Colorado hoodie. This is a perfect like Florida hoodie. It's really, really nice. Plus my other one yesterday is totally drenched and smells like the inside of a locker room. So I had to have a different hoodie today. So we'll do a walk around to the car really quick, and I'll try and explain what happened, who it was. I haven't watched a replay of the race, so I don't really know who these people are. I kind of know some of the car numbers and that sort of thing, but yeah, I don't really know. So, and I'll try and remember what lap it was. Like I said, there's a lot of information going on. I'm a guy, so I'm very simple. I only have enough brain cells to keep me from shitting in the street. So I'm trying to remember all of this stuff because a lot of it is very intense.
Basically, you're going to mansplain.
Yeah, if you can call it that if you want to. I wouldn't, but I'll start off with the mirror. I'm going to bring you guys around. So I might not be in the shop, but the car's a star anyway. So there's our driver's side mirror. This was not a breakaway mirror, but it is now. It is missing the mirror portion of the glass. So when I got hit, the glass actually came up and got stuck in between the motor and the top edge here. So when we were on one of the red lights, I actually saw that the glass was here because it was really difficult to look and see who's there just using the inside rearview mirror. I pulled the glass down and I tried to stick it back on here, and it stayed on the rest of the race, which is cool. It came off somewhere on I-75 last night on the drive home. So that was fun. This car did touch me. I don't know I don't remember the number, but basically just got my mirror. We basically just tagged mirrors. That's okay. That's fine. Actually, all of this was fun. Down here, um, this is someone's wheel. So someone's wheel contacted me right here. You can sort of see it compares to the wheel size here. And this is probably when I'm on not the high side, but one track in from the high side. What's the hoodie called? Ranch? No, Ryan Cheek. RyanCheek. Yeah. Sorry, I can't read it. The letters are so small. So this is someone else's wheel contacting me, probably 40 or 50 miles an hour. Just touching. It didn't dent the door, but it definitely marked up the graphics and got the paint pretty good. This is a fun one to leave here because this means you made friends. Let's go. We'll go to the back and then we'll do the front first. So we have some other marks back here on the fender. This is more contact with people. This is new. All of this stuff is new. You guys saw the car before. All of this stuff is new. I'm going to lower you guys down so it's not such a weird shot. It's like Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, like working in the kitchen. So this is all new right here. And this fender is also dented over here. You can tell with the tire rub, someone got me pretty good right there. And come around to the back. Now here's where it gets fun. We have the crossover. We have the Camry dent on the Altima bumper. So this Altima now identifies as a Camry. I don't know if you guys know the joke. There is a whole page on Facebook called Camrys with dented bumpers, and you can go and look at thousands of Camrys, and they all have the same dent in the bumper, and they're from all over the world. I don't know how they do it, but this is called a Camry dent. Someone got me really good here. This impact, I believe, is either I believe this is the one that did the damage up front. Not totally sure. Like I said, I got to watch the replay, but the guy in front of me short stopped. I tried to avoid him by getting on my brakes. The guy behind me was not on his brakes, got me really good, pushed me into him, and that's what caused the grill to crush in. So that one was fun. I believe that's what that impact was. And the trunk, I think, still opens. We don't have a button here, right? Yeah. Oh, yeah, that's right. So this is all new. This originally had a dent somewhere over here, but we have definitely added to it. So the trim is now free to come off the side here. This impact back here, I believe, is from the number 50 car. The white paint tells me that it's from the number 50 car, which I do have some video of, and it's kind of hard to tell what was happening because I have a very short clip, but I believe the 50 car was trying to pit maneuver me, but I held my position and I held the car straight. And when he finally slid off, he was pushing me so hard, he went into 513 and sent 513 into the infield. And I heard the impact, and it sounded like two cars hitting a concrete telephone pole. That's how loud it was. Those guys hit so hard. So sorry to 513. I know they were, I think 50 was trying to move me out of the way, and I appreciate the effort, but uh, car hung tough, and I was able to come out of that without a problem. Now, here's the other cool part about racing is you can identify, normally you can, but it's a little harder when you have hand painted stuff and there's 100 different cars. There's some orange paint here, and this is from someone's wheel. So I need to find a spray painted orange wheel, and we can identify which car that is, and it came here to the trim. So this quarter panel is very much, we have a heavy dent here that was from a different impact. So we have, so one from the pit maneuver. We have the original dent, which was up here somewhere. I think it was actually here. We have a new dent here. We have this orange, and then we have this whole side got pushed in. Door still opens and closes with a little creak. And our trim piece down here, the brackets that hold it onto the body are broken. So we'll come around to the rest of the car. The graphics made it okay on this side. So the graphics came out fine. No, there's bubbles and stuff, but that's totally normal. And then up front here, we have the fender, but this was just on with duct tape. So the duct tape on this side did not hold, but the duct tape on the other side did hold. This is a new dent. Not sure where this one came from. This is a purple mark, though. I don't know if you can see the purple. There's a little purple mark there, so we'll look for the purple car that gave us that gift. And with the impact in the front, I didn't notice this until this morning. There is actually a crease in the hood right here. You guys can see the point right there. So the hood did get impacted, but it closes and latches, no problem. But yeah, we got a nice hood impact there. There's also a ton of crap on the windshield. Not sure if you can see that. I'll try and do it when we're forward. Debris flies up on the car, and it hits the windshield at like 60 miles an hour, and the plastic burns in there. So come around to the front, and there's our grill. This should not be here. It should be further out. And this is from when the guy slowed down in front of me really fast. The guy behind me wasn't paying attention or didn't care. He came in and hit me into the other guy, which pushed this in. So that's about it. That's sort of the extent of the major damage. I will show you this, which I thought was kind of cool. I saw this morning. And then we'll crack the hood, and I'll show you what happened. The duct tape on this front fascia edge actually held. It stretched the shit out of it, but that duct tape held. We have some orange paint right here too. Not sure who that belongs to. So give me a second to raise you guys back up, and we'll crack the hood here. Where am I? There. You got the latch for me? Cool, thanks. So the hood, and you can see some of the spots where the rubber, there's a chunk of something here. And I don't know if you can see the windshield here. This is probably someone's tail light. This looks, oh, this is like rubbery. So this is like front fascia. We do have a cracked, something got me right here. The cowling is cracked right there. So yeah. And this is what the mirror should look like on the other side, but that part's gone. So this opens normally, and this crease can probably be bent back out. I don't know if you guys can hear that. I should do an ASMR. Let's see if it can come back down. And yeah, there's a whole bunch of dirt and garbage and stuff that got inside here. So the hood prop still works. The front fascia is still on. The hood pin here is still good, but he popped up. Oh no, he's broken. So This one also, he just came out. He's still connected to the metal plate. This guy's broken too. So we did break those two. And the front fascia should it should come off. I might need gloves for this. Oh, we got a bunch of questions here. My Camry does not have that dent. Okay, Chad, it's if you don't have it, it's coming.
We'll say yet. It will be there.
Yeah, the car did get beat up pretty well. Yeah. No, I was not injured in any way. Not a scratch on me. Nothing. It was a very, very safe event. As long as you're belted in the car, you're gonna be okay. I think. I mean, there's some gnarly stuff that happens. Oh. Is that a loose fender? It's definitely a loose headlight. Oh no, it's just the screw. No. Is that tape ready to come off? Cool. So we have to lift this up now. It's not going to come off. I think there's a screw down there. We still have two screws. This is unbelievable. Even after that impact, the impact bar is still curved correctly. There are no dents in it. The AC condenser is bent back in.
That's where the grill got contact with it.
But I would bet you if you put like a piece of wood behind there, you could flatten it out. But it's amazing because I still had AC. This could absolutely be bent back flat. We have no coolant leaks, no engine damage. The intake is actually fine. We do have a power steering issue, and I'm pretty sure that's because I boiled the fluid. So we have power steering fluid all over. Yeah, fluid popped out. Maybe the cap wasn't on. No, the cap is all the way on. So we have a power steering issue that we need to take a look at. There are no other leaks, no other cracks. This engine ran fantastic. Nothing on the radiator backside except for, nope. Nothing on the radiator backside. No cracks back here. Hoses are all good. So just the power steering. And you guys can see the angle the AC condenser is in. So are you going to zoom out those screws?
Yeah.
What do you think, Christian? Pretty cool?
Yeah. I mean, she took a beating, but I mean, she made it.
Yeah. It's oh.
Put the one all the way out the front.
We're good. All right. So there's our front fascia. And you can see I would say we could just replace the center grill part, but I think it's a better idea to replace the whole thing. So this is how far this got pushed in. I'll show you guys the back side. And this is big and obnoxious. It's like when you catch a shark, you're like, hey, take a look at this, and the shark's still wiggling around. So there you go. So that's what pushed the condenser in. And it actually, everything did its job. So it was incredibly safe. So I'm gonna put this on the far side of, as I trip over the water, far side of the car. Uh-oh, I got my finger stuck in there. And, yeah, I don't know why this guy's loose. Oh, we're loose because we have a missing screw back here. Yeah. No, it's a missing screw because this guy No, might be something. Is the headlight just loose?
Here's all your power steering fluid.
You found power steering fluid?
Yeah. It held up in the bottom of the bumper. It's got a leak on the floor, and it's-
Oh, it's on top of all this stuff. Yeah.
Mhm.
So yeah, we had power steering blew up, which I'm okay with. Yeah, they want you to be stock. So I'd like a cold air intake in here, and I had to go get a stock air box and put it in. Okay. If that's it, if it's the major damage is a power steering overflow, then yeah, I'm actually okay with that. So yeah, I don't know why this is. Oh. Just need to compare. Yeah. Headlight is broken right here. I think the headlight, yeah, the headlight bracket got folded. So once he gets bolted down, he would be okay. But he's going to do that vibrating thing on the highway that you hate when the guy's behind you. But yeah, otherwise, I mean, even the hood clips survived and the hood closes and latches. But I think that headlight hit is also where the crease came. Is there a crack? No, that's part of the build. So, yeah, you got it all over you. You can.
No, I'm good. I used to pick how much it up.
The impact bar is still curved correctly. Still matches the line here, and there's no dent in the impact bar. He's still smooth on both sides. So,
Did the foam survive? The bumper? We took that out. No, we took that out. The
Yeah,
bumper didn't stick
we
around.
took the foam out of the front fascia. So, all in all, the car came out okay. That's weird how that. I bet you that cowl chipped when the impact happened.
Oh, yeah.
But the hood's still lined up over in that corner,
Your body line's perfect.
right here.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so
Oh, it's a little tight, but like
that's okay.
the fender gap looks great. Other
Yeah.
than the crease.
Yeah, the crease. That's amazing. When you guys watch the replay on the car, you're going to be like, there's no way that car made that. Who else is here? What? Oh, Nikki's here. What is your plan for the car now? That is a tough one. My friend Angel does want to buy it for his son as a daily. So, and it would be really nice to have a V6 with the manual versus the 4-cylinder with the manual. It would also be really nice to have the LSD, so both front wheels pull at the same time. Plus, nobody likes a peg-leg burnout, right? Nobody wants to be a one-wheel peel. That's not cool. So probably I'll look around for a V6 manual coupe with less than 700,000 miles on it. And then depending on what those guys, most of those guys think their cars are made out of gold. So they're very expensive, but we'll look around and we'll see what we can find. If I can find something comparable that still stays in the budget of doing all this crazy stuff, I'll probably do that. Otherwise, I'll race this thing again. I will change the tires. 100% I'm changing the tires. The brakes were actually okay. The brake lines, it'd be really nice to have braided lines in there. If I'm trying to win something, I might put braided lines in there, but I'm actually going out to have fun, so probably not right now. Definitely fixing the power steering. I'm not sure what's up with that. But tires is the biggest thing. Did you get that?
Yeah.
Having the 820 treadwear tires is not helpful in any way, shape, or form. It's not a good way to do it. I'm going to try and frame this a little bit better, so it's a little less concrete and a little more car. The treadwear on those tires, it's great for distance. When you want a 40, 50,000 mile tire, that's awesome. But when you want grip on the track and you have 80 other ding dongs trying to chase you down, they're not a good tire. I will officially say the Pirelli P4 is a terrible track tire. It is probably really great in the rain and the snow and
But
driving through downtown. It might actually even survive Ohio for an entire winter. But on the track, it is a terrible, terrible tire. There are a myriad of other options available. And I'm not saying anyone was cheating, but I will bet you dollars to donuts. No other racers had a P4, a Pirelli P4 800 tread wear tire on there. I'm pretty sure those guys are running probably 180 or 200 tread wear tires. The rules state 400, but I'm pretty sure guys are running not slicks, but barely DOT tires. So the tires are a huge issue, and that kills a lot of speed, especially when you're understeering and oversteering in the same turn with the same car. Better tires is going to help correct a lot of that. The brakes worked great. Those Bosch brake pads were awesome. So I'll take a look at the rotors, make sure they're okay. Like I said, there was brake fade about halfway through when the brake line started getting a little softer, but I still had plenty of braking left, and I could stop for any incidents or I could stop for any traffic. So I wasn't worried about that. It's the rest of the car is great. So I will keep it here. I'll get a car cover for it. It'll go on my extra lot here. And like I said, we'll keep looking around for the V6 manual with the V6 manual coupe. If I can do that, then I'll sell this. If my friend Angel's son still wants it, or it's actually not up to his son, it's up to his dad, right? I mean,
Yeah.
Dad's writing the check, right? So
right.
his son better be grateful as hell that he's getting a cool car with brand new, really nice oil, brand new, really nice trans fluid, new brake pads. You better send his dad a thank you card. Yeah. So I do have a couple of options with it. I would be happy to race it again if I change the tires out. If I don't race it again, it'll be a V6 manual coupe. So I'll keep an eye out for that. And it will be a V6 manual coupe below I-70. Never buy a used car above I-70. Trust me on that one. That's the plan for now. Let's see. Did anyone like the knock? There were probably, I would say, 3 to 4 kids between 10 and 14 that absolutely lost their minds when they saw the NOS in the car. They thought that was absolutely fantastic. A couple of the other racers thought it was funny, and I joked with them. I did, at Truss's request, I did ask Freedom Factory about if we can run nitrous or not. And they said you can't run nitrous, but they didn't say anything about running NOS. So they thought that was kind of funny, and add some humor into a whole day where you're having fun is always a good thing. And then for those who didn't see it, I'll just, there you go. Wait, where's my hand? Right. I'm trying to point to it. There's the NOS system. So that's really hard to do. It's too, I'll just show you guys what it is because it's fun to do and people love it. It's these cans, the energy drink. Okay. And they just come in these aluminum cans. You drill a 3/16 hole in the top and oops, and you go to Home Depot or wherever and you get some vinyl tubing, and it's just this. And then you can get however creative you want with the vinyl tubing. Like on one of my fun things, I have a bottle cap. Whoa, it's dusty. I have a bottle cap in the middle, and it has fake little nitrous gauges in it, and that sits in between. Ever show you that? You show them the nitrous?
Oh wow.
So yeah. So this is the first one that I did. These are actually Autometer nitrous gauges. These are just bottle caps painted black. It's just a hole drilled through them. These are googly eyes, but I cut off the back.
That's crazy.
This is a toilet flapper, but it matched the blue. So that's the first one I did. And these bottles are now worth their weight in gold. They're crazy expensive. But this is just 3/8 tubing. These are bottle caps. These are googly eyes. You cut off the back. And those are actual real nitrous gauges from Autometer's website that I printed out and just put on paper. This is a toilet flapper. This is a 2-liter Pepsi bottle. And this is Ford Blue that I got from AutoZone. And it's cracked and stuff. But yeah, you know, Cars and Coffee or whatever, you set that on the console, everyone's like, holy crap. And I originally did it for the Viper truck, and it was really cool because people lost their minds. They were like, why would you put nitrous in this thing? And then I've kept it, and I put it in the Viper. I put it in other cars. It's a lot of fun. So that's all the nitrous is. It's a very, very simple nitrous is. It's a very simple thing, and it's very fun, and people like it. They, you know, it's one of those car culture things that people will always recognize the NOS and the nitrous systems. They love that stuff. So it's fun. Doesn't count for anything, but they have a lot of fun with it. So what else we got? Not gonna lie, I was worried that the car got totaled and had some major issues since you didn't stream the next morning. Yeah, we finished about we got the race finished a little after 9:30-ish, 9:45. We helped Speedy Cop load up and get all of his stuff over there. It was really funny. His clutch decided to leave the chat literally the last 2 laps of the race. So he had to turn his car on or off if he wanted to go anywhere. And he came into the pits and he was yelling at us, look out, I'm loading up right now. And he literally drove his car right up onto his trailer. He didn't line it up or anything. He just drove it straight up and he nailed it. He got it perfect. Then he turned the car off and he's like, I have no clutch. I'm in first gear the rest of the day. So we finished all of that. We left the track. We loaded up very quickly, left the track about 10:30, got back here about 11:30. And Mark didn't even come into the shop. We parked the truck in the yard and Mark was like, hey man, I'll call you tomorrow. Okay, cool. And he didn't come. He went right to his car and drove home, and you know, made sure that his pillow was still there. And then I went inside. I got some work done. I had maybe another hour or two, and then I was like, you know what, bed sounds actually really good, and I went to sleep. So I apologize for not streaming last night. I've been going almost 24 hours straight, so I decided to take a little nap for about 5 or 6 hours. I hope you guys don't. I hope you don't take offense. And then this afternoon, timing got kind of all jacked up, and I was really hoping to be here at like 4 or 5, but timing got jacked up Sunday, that sort of thing. Plus, we were waiting on our special guest. He wanted to check out the car too. So, is it just the angle of the camera, or is the crash bar bent downwards? No, crash bar is actually fine. It's probably the angle of the camera. Crash bar is okay. Technically it's called the impact bar. The impact bar is fine. We'll double check the bolt. And the other way, we can't flip this one, right? It
goes only one way because
yeah.
the factory toe hook in the frame one.
Right. I was going to say we could flip it over to check height, but yeah, it's not bent down or up. I mean, that's dead level. So, does this guy have a green laser? No, he has a red laser. Oh, come on now. I was hoping he had a green laser. Green lasers are cool. So yeah, impact bar is fine. Now that the rear fascia is jacked up, I might take the rear fascia off and check the impact bar back there, because I think when that guy hit me in the back, I think he might have modified it for me. Customized.
I could have drove it home last night.
Yeah, if we had plates or insurance, we wouldn't have had to have loaded it up in the trailer. Mark could have just driven it back here. This car doesn't have plates or insurance or anything on it. It is strictly a race car. So.
I would have just drove it home and brought it back over this morning.
Oh yeah. See you tomorrow. Yeah.
See you later, nerd.
Everything worked out. What's really funny is the range on the built-in gas range or driving range thing. When we got to the track, it was a full tank, and it said you had 420 miles of range. When I finished the race, there's I gotta look. There's 300 and there's 3/4 of a tank, and it says
You might have to hit the button over there to get rid of the clutch thing. No, push button on the side of the dash.
there we go.
Again.
If I take the warning of the door being open,
204 miles.
now there's 204 miles with over 3/4 of a tank. So we had 420 miles. Now we're at 204 miles. We use less than 1/4 tank of gas. So it's reading how hard you're driving or how much gas you're going through as you're driving it, and it's making adjustments. So it thinks that I'm going to be driving this thing at 5,500 RPMs all the time. And that's very funny. To me, that's very funny. I think that's very comical because I probably will be driving at 5,500 RPMs all the time. It's going to be a lot like the Neon. I think that was one thing that really helped me was all the time that I've spent in the Neon race car doing front wheel drive stuff. That actually really helped me with regards to this car and going on that super tight oval, maintaining the understeer and maintaining the oversteer without going up into the wall. That all that time that I spent with the Neon actually really paid off with driving this thing. Made it a lot easier. We did run both cameras. Now the GoPro facing forward, the battery died in traditional GoPro style about halfway through the race. If you get one of those action cameras, get the aftermarket batteries. They're so much better. So we'll pull the footage. I'll look at all that stuff tonight and tomorrow, and I'll see if I can pull some highlights from it. The back camera was still rolling when I got back here to the house. So it recorded the whole drive back from the track too, which was probably not very exciting at 11:30 at night. But yeah, so the rear camera, I'll be able to see who came in and absolutely butt slammed me wait, that's not the right word.
Yeah.
Who impacted my rear? No, that doesn't work either. The accident that happened behind me, that's
The one that put the Camry then.
yes, the one who customized my rear bumper with the Camry dent. That's phrasing is so important. Music and life, yeah. So
I think I'm just surprised the impact bar survived that front end collision. That's what I'm surprised about.
for some reason, I think one of the cars was up higher than the other. Now, I think the car in front of me, it was up higher, or he had their impact bar removed, and I just came into trunk lid or whatever. That's the only thing I can think of with that. Is that open just fine?
Yeah.
Okay. Nothing weird back here?
No, the inner structure looks great.
Yeah, so bizarre. The amount of hits that this thing took there's more than a dozen impacts that I remember, and watching the race and stuff, I'll be able to see all the other ones. But it was, I mean, it's intense too. It's very intense. You don't have time to screw around. You're not texting anyone. You're not going through TikTok. You're very, very focused on what you're doing, listening on to the race director, and you're really trying to. For me, it was finishing the race. That was the biggest thing to get the checkered. Whether I was 85th or first, it didn't matter. I just wanted the checker, and to get 12th was fantastic. I was super pleased with that. But there's a lot going on. You can't screw around, and it really helps to stay focused. And if you have practice with front wheel drive, that really helps. So that's about it for tonight. Hopefully you guys enjoyed that, and and you see how durable these cars are, and why when you see them on the road, they have wheel marks like this, and their front fascia, part of it is hanging off. This is how durable these cars are. So you can have people beat them up and they're actually still okay, and they just cash the insurance check and buy meth and then keep driving their Altima. Oh, okay, I'm out of bounds on that. That never happens, right? Yeah. Uh, too soon? Yeah. So that's why it's fun too, and the cars are incredibly safe. So we didn't have any major incidents uh, yesterday that I saw. There might be stuff. I'm sure. I will tell you right now, my whole upper body is sore. Once that power steering gave out, it is a huge workout for, like, from my abs up, front and back. It's holding that wheel. It's a solid workout. So got a not skip leg day tomorrow. Um, but yeah, it's a ton of fun. I highly recommend it. Everyone at the Freedom Factory was really nice. The lady at the front gate was super cool,
Yeah.
and all of the staff was super cool. The race director was really nice. He was very serious, but also answered everyone's questions. So I'm very happy with Freedom Factory and how they handle stuff there. It would be so easy to be dicks about everything, but they were really, really nice. All the people we talked to, all the other racers, they were super cool. Some of those guys were doing Danger Ranger and Altima, like Speedy Cap was, which is a lot of work. And Speedy Cap was there with Mrs. Speedy Cap, and that was it. And then he had a couple of friends that showed up they were from like Clearwater, Sam.
Plant City,
Yeah. Oh, yeah, Plant City. So they were
about an hour
outside
hour
of
and a half
Tampa.
north of
Yeah.
us.
So doing all this stuff by yourself is it's a lot of work, but it's a lot of fun. There were like full pit crews and stuff there. They had some of the pro truck guys had 8 or 10 people working on the truck, and the driver was just the driver. Whereas Speedy Cap and I, it's a drive, I work on the car. Mark helps me work on the car. Mrs. Speedy Cap helps him, go get blown trailer tires for the for the 3-car hauler. Yeah. So it's a lot of fun though, and we have a really good time with all of that. The people at the track are fantastic, and what I really hope is that you guys get into it. You go get an Altima. I mean, this is like a $2,000 budget for this, and had an insane amount of fun. So hopefully you guys can do the same thing, and hopefully you'll join us at the next race. I believe they said the next race is in October.
Yes.
And so you've got a few months to find a car, prep a car, get awesome SpongeBob graphics on the side, or who else? Mia Khalifa graphics on the side. I don't know what you would put on.
You're ate up, dude.
What? Yeah, okay. I'm the only one, right? I'm the only one that knows who she is, right? No one else. Oh, okay. So then why the hell is it a bad thing? People know who SpongeBob is. People know who SpongeBob is. People know who Mia Khalifa is. These are well-known people and characters and things.
Yeah, she's
Part of-
completely different than SpongeBob.
You sure?
Yeah.
Okay. You might want to watch SpongeBob again. So hopefully you guys will do that.
Okay.
Yeah, hopefully you guys will do that, and we can have a lot of fun with it. Definitely check out the live stream. I know it's on Freedom Plus right now. I don't know when Cletus will have it on
Usually 2 weeks.
his YouTube channel. Yeah, it's a week or two before it comes out. So I'll try and I'll put it up on social media when it does come out, and you guys can go watch the whole thing. And I'll try and put time tags in there too. I will get the footage from the action cameras up on here as soon as I can, and I'll include time notes on when certain things happen, so you can fast forward and rewind and all that. I'll do my best to trim out the garbage where we're sitting there, do. No radio, nothing. It just sounds like dead air, and I'm just giving hand signals to the action cameras in the car. So I'll try and trim some of the garbage out so you guys don't have to scroll through that. And I'll put I'll put timestamps in there so you can go to specific sections. And that's about it. Hopefully you guys have enjoyed this because I've had an absolute blast doing it from when I picked up the car in Port St. Lucie and up to when I unloaded it today. So we've had a great time, and you guys have followed along, and that's been awesome. All these new subscribers, you guys are awesome. I really, really appreciate it. And like I said, I don't get paid for any of this, and I'm doing this because I love teaching you guys, and I love learning too. So when you guys talk to me about stuff, I love learning that. So I really appreciate it. Trust, you've been awesome. You followed along this whole project. So hopefully you're looking at cars right now, trying to get your set. And Trust is probably going to show up with like an SER, fully caged, Kirky seat, fire suppression. Yeah. I know how it works. You help someone out and then they just go totally overboard and then they smoke you at the track every time. And you're like, dude, I thought we were buddies. So yeah, hopefully you guys.
There's no buddies on the racetrack.
Yeah, I know. As soon as you cross pit lane, the friendship ends. So yeah.
I mean, you may hold my car down there, but once we hit the track, it just game over.
Yeah.
Until I need to lift it back home.
Right. Yeah. Once you hit pit lane, there's no more friendships.
Friendships on pause.
Yeah. Yep. So yeah, hopefully you guys will come out and do the next one. Or if you've got something similar local, go do it. Go have fun. This was a $50 entry fee and less than $100 total to do all this stuff. So, and a $2,000 budget. So if you got something local, a local track, definitely go check it out. Try doing stuff with them and just to see if you really like it. If you can do a low budget thing like this, it's a lot of fun. So, again, thanks everyone for hanging out tonight. I really appreciate it. Hopefully you like the walk around and hopefully that was enough damage for you. I know people really enjoy carnage and destruction. You can get that on 100 different channels. This is about making stuff really nice and making it work. And this stuff really worked. It worked really well. So if you guys have any questions, comments, whatever, definitely put them down there. You can shoot me a text. You can shoot me an email. I'm really easy to get a hold of. Not secretive. And if you want to come by the shop, like special guests occasionally do, you're welcome to do that. Just shoot me a text. I'll get you an address. You're welcome to come by. And I think that's about it. Yeah, don't forget to hit subscribe and all of that jazz. And you guys know what to do. It's not like it's something new. Like, oh, don't forget to. Everyone knows what to do when they're here. So I appreciate you guys. I appreciate all the new subscribers and all that too. So that's it for tonight. We'll be back. I don't know. Like I said, I'll put up the action camera stuff, and then we'll do. We'll be on to the next project. We'll probably have the limo in here. We're going to do oil change on the NC700X. So we have other projects coming up, and also if we do updates on this, we'll definitely get the car in here. So thanks again, everyone. And don't forget to show someone that you love them today. Give them a kiss on the cheek. Give them a kiss on the tip of their nose. Hold their hand. Give it a squeeze. It is really important for them. But it's far more important for you. All right. Thanks, everyone. We will catch you very soon. All right. Have a great night. Look at that. Race car. Isn't race car backwards race car?
Yes, it is. Sorry, I'm